What's this thing? There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Renna should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfricht whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Renna?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegis?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegis from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Rennis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renin by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was—
But why are you here? Wait, don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnagan to secure your position as Lord, you still—
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
Wow, this place is beautiful!
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renan sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnigan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnigan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnigan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagin and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagin had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagin was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shionne's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shionne. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Did we really just spend that much money?
Damn it! Lenegis soldiers!
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Oh! I am Lord Dohalim of Elden Menethia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed enough. If they want to fight, they've got one.
Chain between heaven and earth. Unleashing of lightning.
You're mine!
Annihilation.
Damn it!
You picked the wrong fight!
Leave the claw.
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Glacial spear.
Here I go!
Dragon form. Freeze lancer.
You're finished!
Be still.
Twilight Spear! Mirage!
You're mine!
Armor won't save you!
You escape! Infernal Turret!
Flash!
You're finished!
Illuminate the dark.
Here I come!
You'll soon see about that.
Far enough!
Do it! Not done!
Kisara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Not again! Ignite!
Holy land.
Prepare to be healed! Take this! Dragon Form! Slice!
In a bind?
You're mine! Dragon Form! Do it! Still!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished! No! Here I come!
Hope this
Swallow
works.
Blade!
Hey, drinking orb.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath. The ones in blind devotion to Vholran.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Vholran, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Take this! Dragon Shout! Swallow Blade! First strike!
Wind astral energy! I'm ready! These ones can run rings around us!
Burn! Dragon Swarm!
Anything in armor is all mine!
You picked the wrong fight!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah!
Dragon Swarm!
To me!
Swallow Blade! No escape!
I'm ready!
Illuminate
Alpha!
astral! Come forth!
Take this!
Freeze blast! Glacial between heaven and earth!
Take this!
Freeze blast! Fancy of lightning!
Far enough! I'm on it!
Seal! I'll be saving this one!
Dragon Swarm!
Take this!
Strike! Dragon Swarm!
Can't get out of this!
Eat this!
Do it! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn!
Talon Horn! Hey! Look here!
Eagle dive!
Back, this one's all mine!
Talon storm!
Eat dirt!
Supernova!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
is all mine! I'll smash you!
Slash!
Lightning orb!
Crumble!
Seven-Eye Alpha!
Infernal turret!
How dare you
The normal creepy crawlies aren't distracting enough.
Move!
Don't leave me!
Take this! How dare you in a bind? Inspiration!
Not
Do
done
this all
yet!
today!
Healing I never miss!
there!
Energy! Glacial Spear! Here's evil!
Take this!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Try harder! Not a chance!
I'm on it!
I'm not
Evil
down!
Hurricane! Equal time!
Chinese Supernova!
Ring!
More with it!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on a roll now!
Here's a healing heart!
Ready and rare! Now you see what I can do!
Back into the fray!
Strike! Vacuum blade!
Lightning condemned! Magna Red!
Vacuum blade!
Will this help?
It's on!
Hurricane!
In here! Healing Supra! Happy baby!
Not today!
Hurricane!
Here I come!
Lightning orb! I'm out of ammo! Magna Ray!
Explosive ring!
Annihilation! Fresh! In here! Here's a healing heart!
Can't get out of this!
I owe you one!
I'm ready! Lightning condemned! Thunder Ray!
I'm not done!
Let them illuminate this
Now I'm in the groove! I can carve through armor!
Holy land! Here's a
Here
healing
I
heaven
come!
and earth!
Dragon Swarm!
There you
Away
are!
with the
Swallow
idea of
blade!
lightning! Divine savior! Lunar corruption!
Inspiration! Far enough! I could do this all day!
There you are! Try harder! My turn! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Go away! By the
Dragon
power of
Swarm!
water! Holy land! Gravitas field! A chain between heaven and earth!
Explosive ring!
Talent storm! Mega ray!
They're all in pain.
Time to let it rip!
Here, let me help!
Swarm! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Now I'm in the groove!
Breaking storm!
Take this!
I can carve through armor!
You're mine!
Healing circle!
You're mine!
All day!
Technology here!
Wind!
Lightning orb!
Hurricane Blast! Soaring Light Spear!
More for the stockpile! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Now I'm real mad!
I'm not... Here we
More
go!
with that stop! This one's mine!
Inspiration!
Dragon Swarm!
I can do this!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
We can really make weapons with this?
Out of our way!
Take this! I see one, eh? Out of the way!
Shining Supernova! Radiant light! Razor here!
Take down your defenses!
Support! Chain between heaven and earth! Do it! Away!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here's a healing heart!
Take this! Soaring Light Spear!
Illuminate the dark! Lunar corruption!
Take this!
Holy land! By the power of heaven
Scoot back!
Stand back. I'll trip it
Now
up.
you see what I can do!
My deal rollerblade!
Sweet dreams!
Here I come! Take this!
I'll finish you here and now!
Strike! Dragon Swarm!
Here's a healing heart!
Kisara!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Illuminate the dark! Cover
No
up!
escape! Soaring Light Spear! The flame inside me yearns to be let...
Hey! Blow them away! There's always room for improvement.
I won't forgive you!
You're mine! I'm not
Take this!
Dragon Swarm! Burn!
By the power of water!
I won't show you any mercy! You got...
Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here, illuminate the dark!
Armor won't save you!
Strike! Dragon Swarm! You're finished!
Between heaven and earth.
I never miss!
I'm on it! Here I come!
Watch it.
Dragon Swarm! Slash!
In here.
Dazzle!
See what happened there is you crossed me. Shouldn't have done
Done!
that.
I'm not done! Sorry, let's finish!
Dance in the wind.
Swallow dance! Crush! Dragon Swarm!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Watch this!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Looks like we won.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Is someone making them stand guard over the Forbidden Zone?
Hi, Hootle.
Here I come! You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm! Try this!
Come forth, holy liver! I think I'll pass on the handshake. A chain between heaven and earth. Will this help?
Take
A
this!
wailing banshee of
Blow away!
lightning.
I can
Divine
carve
savior.
through. Watch
Healing
this!
circle.
Try harder!
That's fine.
Dragon Swarm!
Mega ray.
Swallow Blade!
That's fine.
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Spear. Pierce evil.
You're finished!
Lightning orb. Freeze lancer. Lightning condense.
Try this!
Thunder sword.
And the flame inside me yearns to be let free! Strike!
Holy land.
I really owe you one.
Infernal Torrent!
If it's in the sky,
Blue
it's
escape.
mine. That'll bring you down.
Dragon Swarm!
Raging cascade.
Try harder! My turn!
Pierce field.
Swallow dance! You're mine!
I'll smash you!
Swallow
In a bind?
Radiant.
Dragon Swarm! Try harder! My turn!
Hey!
Heaving flame of fury.
Rip it
Dragon
back! Watch
Swarm!
this!
Ignite!
All good things.
Holy land.
Dragon Swarm!
Between heaven and earth. Let's
Try
go.
this!
Hurricane!
A wailing banshee.
I owe you one.
Eagle Dive! Talon Sword!
Seal. Moon of ruin.
Ready to go!
I'm all
Glimmer
stuffed up.
Dragon!
Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
Watch this!
More with that case, brother.
Got nearly done for.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! First strike!
Here, let me help.
Swallow Blade!
I owe you one. Ready to
Raging
rip!
cascade. Hear me. Flame of fury.
Burning!
Great.
I will never
Here's evil.
Dragon, take this!
Photon flash. Freeze lancer.
Eat this!
Here's a healing art. Raging cascade.
That's fine.
Feel it.
Lightning
Feel
Blade.
the mark. I'll be saving this one. I never miss.
I'll tear you
Swallow Blade.
apart! Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
We're still standing. Barely.
Get lost.
Burn!
My astral energy.
Leave the chargers to me!
It's like gravity by the wall. By the power of love.
Dragon Swarm!
In here. I'll be saving this one.
Dragon Swarm! Dragon! Can't move!
Don't leave me. Come forward. Holy man. I can do this all day.
Eagle Assault! I'll smash you! I'm on a
I'll
roll
bring you back
now!
from death.
I'm on it!
I'll
Fear
bring you back
throbs
from
in
divine
pain.
savior.
Can't get out of this! Felt fine not too long ago.
Not done yet! Dragon Swarm!
Rinwell! Demons descend! Flashing bang!
Now!
Let me help.
Here I come!
Wind astral energy.
Dragon Swarm! There!
Talon
Dragon Swarm! Be still! Strike!
Mirage. I never miss.
Nothing gets by me!
Mirage!
Lightning. I'm out of ammo.
throb in pain.
Be still!
I'm on! Raging Pain!
Be still!
Wheel! Lunar Corrosion! Lunar Blast!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Magic
Now you
Advance!
see what I can do!
Do it! Dohalim! Hey! Blow them away!
You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Here, let me help!
In a bind?
Eat dirt!
Illuminate the dark! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil! Holy Lance!
Punch that gun out of your hand!
Heaven and
Bring them
earth!
down!
Holy Beauty of Lightning!
How dare!
Sleep Giant! I'll be saving you! Flame of Fury! Burning Strike! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Lightning Orb!
Soaring lightning!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Talon Hurricane!
It's time! Eagle dive! In a bind?
Champion Swarm!
Burn it up!
I really
Do it! Take it down! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! My turn! First strike!
That'll bring you down!
You're done! Do it!
Sweet
Be
dreams!
still!
Radiant
Anything in armor is over!
Oh, not done! I'm on it! Swirl blade!
Field!
Take this!
I'll be saving you!
Dohalim!
Hey! Blow them away!
A comfortable win.
Get lost!
Leave away! To me!
Wind at Moving!
Not today!
Showdown between blade and fist!
You're mine!
Searing Flame!
You escape!
Don't get it up! Lightning! Here, let me help!
Fire support!
First aid!
Dragon Swarm!
I save you!
Take this! In a bind?
Lunar Corruption! Between heaven and earth!
Try this!
A wailing
Explosive ray!
beauty of lightning!
Try harder! The flaming...
Its armor's too strong.
Then I'll split it up! Be my guest! Dragon Swarm!
Flush!
All
day!
Fall back! And current!
Kisara!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Here,
My
let me
turn.
help! Heaven and earth!
I'm not done!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on it! Take this!
Where are you going?
Dragon Swarm!
Kisara!
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Lunar Blast! I'm all
I'll
set up!
smash you!
Lewis!
Champion
Dohalim!
Hey! Blow them away!
Seems about right to me.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shionne.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shionne. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shionne, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.